All right, this is going to be a replay review with Volka. Looks like he had some questions about this PvP replay. Let's go a little bit quicker. Okay, gate scout, good. Okay. So going tech. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay. All right. Okay. Just some thoughts. Okay. So yeah, if you don't know what to do against this can be really, really tough. So there's a couple of variations of 12 Nexus. There's like the Forge Fast expand with Quick Nexus, and then there's like Nexus Gate Forge cannon, and then there is the double gate. So with this variation, this has a really key weakness. So a couple, actually. It's a little harder that you're cross spawn, so you can't harass them that quick. But there is two things come to mind when in terms of weakness. One, their tech is really late, so they can't get Dragoons up very quick. Number two, they have to they only are stuck on Zealots for quite some time. And that's the only way they can either harass or, do anything. And Dragoons, they outrange. With good micro, Dragoons will always beat Zealots. And that's why the typical build is going to be, fast tech like this. This is why it's so standard. It's because Goons will beat Zealots. So I'll tell you one thing. So if it's close spawn, what I'll do is go like 20, maybe 22 gate. So gate range and get the second gate as soon as possible. This would force him to build so many cannons that it almost negates the economic lead. So while you're forcing cannons, you would, take a Nexus behind it, keep killing cannons, force him to build more cannons. Eventually he might live, but then you can equalize the advantage. That's if it's close spawn. The problem with cross spawn is that it takes so long for your Dragoons from two gateways to reinforce that he will build a sizable defense and be able to macro properly, tech comfortably, behind that. So going like a quick second or third gate's not going to be as good cross position. In this situation, I would still make Dragoon, kill this probe here, and make my way down and start harassing. Force him to make cannons. Cannons are a waste of money if they're not. Cannons take away minerals from making units, tech, and probes. So if you can force them to make cannons, that's the good thing, and you can actually do that off one Dragoon. One gateway. Because once you kill this probe, he should have no idea if you're going to go 2 gate, 3 gate, all in, whatnot. He has to respect that you could go for a 2-3 gate after you kill his probe. So he has to build cannons, and that'll help you catch up. But off of 1 gate, you build a Nexus. He can't do anything to kill you or to hurt it immediately, and I'll talk about that in just a second. But you can get a quick Nexus off this. You make sure you kill a scouting probe, make your way down, harass them, make sure you force them to build some cannons, etc., etc. that's how you equalize the gaming. You can even sometimes get ahead. The thing that makes it tricky is that he's going to have a pretty high zealot count, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. So let's see what happens. Oh, so the confounding or the confounding factor is that he could send another probe, like sneak that off after you kill this probe and like hide it in a corner and try to scout you while your dragoons are harassing his front. But that's not super likely. This build, you have to cut some probes. You can see he's already behind on probes. It's because you have to cut a little bit to even afford everything that he's getting. So that's generally not going to be the case, but they could do that and could make things annoying. Okay, but let's see what happens. So you build the second gate. Okay, so that's going to be hard to do damage. It's maybe possible if he under makes cannons, but okay, this is not going to be good. I'll tell you why. So this... So not only is he going to... okay. So if you're going to go... Let's see. So... Okay, this... Let's see what's happening really quick. Okay, so here's your first huge mistake. You need to use these dragoons to harass his base. You need to force him to build cannons. You need to force him to run around with the zealots. Otherwise, this is just too comfortable for him. The standard thing to do from him is to run 5 zealots to your base directly. And there's no way your dragoon count can kill him. So he's going to be able to scout you eventually. He doesn't even have to kill you. He just has to know what you're doing. Number 2. The other thing, though, is if you're going to go DT drop, you need to go Citadel first. Once that's about 75% done, that's when you build the Robo, and then you build the Archives. So this is in reverse order. It's going to be really unoptimized. So it sounds like your goal is a DT drop, which could be okay in theory, but I really don't like that he's going to be able to freely scout you. The idea is that with the 2 gate, when he has 5 zealots, if you start your dragoons to attacking him at his base, as you run back and micro the dragoons, and then the zealots will keep trying to run to your base, but that long like back and forth micro, you'll probably either kill them or get them super low before they're able to get to your base. So, but the fact that you're just letting them freely run toward you with the with your goons just sitting here, it's just going to be too much for them to overwhelm. You have to harass with these dragoons. Okay, so here are the zealots. He has 5. Okay. All right, he's already killed the zealot. You can see, like, this will never win against the zealots. They're just so healthy already. They need to have started attacking and harassing way back here. This is, honestly, if you let them do this, it's almost already GG. So he sees that you don't have to, this is a mistake by him. He shouldn't be attacking that. He already knows you don't have a nexus, so he's going to be going, you are going to be going some all-in thing. He just needs to find out what it is. Presto bingo, he knows it's DT drop. So it's an easy hold for him. He just needs to put some cannons in his main, some in his natural. And it's over for him. Or it's over for you. Your nexus is way, way, way behind his. You're at economic advantage to the nth degree. You're so far behind economically. Okay, so he's seen this from a mile away because the zealots saw it. And as I predict, yep, he's more than ready for it. He has DTs of his own, and there's really no coming back from this point. I'm just going to fast forward this. He should be way far ahead, and... Oh, okay. He actually got DTs himself. You held it off. Okay, that's nice. It's really hard from this point because you're behind on tech apparently because he went DTs too. You have no information on what he's doing. And he has a supply and economic advantage. Actually, no, not a supply advantage, surprisingly. I thought he would have that. So, yeah, you're cutting probes to get more units out. So that's... How is your supply so much higher than this? Oh, shoot. I think I missed that. Oh, okay. It's because he spent a ton of money making this base. Otherwise, he would have been ahead on the supply. But this is a nail in the coffin. The mid to late game, or the mid game, is inconsequential. You set yourself up in a bad spot because this wasn't played correctly. Actually, let's see something. Oh, he went... No. He went Nexus first. Excuse me. Yeah. Okay, to recap. If it's close spawn, let's say if you spawned here and he was here, you can go like a two-gate Dragoon and force him to build cannons. If he builds 5 cannons or so, or more, that's, you know, if you think about that, that's 5 times 150. That's about 670. If my math is right, no, that's not right. I'm an idiot. Yeah, no, that's right. 750 minerals that he would have to spend just defending against a 2-gate Dragoon. If you kill Scouting Probe, he doesn't know if you're committed to it, so he has to respect it and keep building cannons. Behind that, you can build a Nexus, but from there, it'll feel like a even game because he had either spent so much on cannons or you can straight up kill him. You don't want to commit too hard with your Dragoons if you feel like you can't win it. But if you can, go for it, obviously. But if you can't, that's okay, as long as you force him to build cannons. Because he has no tech this early. The other option, if it's crossbar, you take your Dragoon off of one gate and start harassing him on one gate and build a Nexus behind it. Like I said before, if he doesn't have good scouting, meaning like if his probe died, then he has to respect a potential all-in. So he could potentially make the same number of cannons. He has to cut probes in units to get those cannons up. Might have delayed tech as well. Meanwhile, you have your tech up, you'd have your Nexus up. You can equalize from that position. So the main idea, though, is that you have to harass him. When he doesn't have goon tech, you have to take advantage of that window and hit him with your goons. You might not always kill him, but you have to buy yourself time and you have to make him nervous and thinking you might go all in. That's something he always has to respect. Yeah, if you want to try a 2-gate here, that's fine. 2-gate into Nexus, that's totally fine, I think. It might be hard to pull off in terms of killing him, but I think it might be okay. But the idea is that you can't just sit. If you sit, he'll run 5 Zealots at you, and 2 Dragoons and a Zealot just off of 1-gate production can never kill 5 Zealots that quickly, so he'll inevitably see what all-in you're doing. So, yeah, sitting is bad in this situation. Just it's hard because it's micro-intensive. You have to keep microing your Dragoon while building your base, but that's the best way to play against this, and that's why, honestly, this is not play at the highest levels if the other opponent's multitasking is good. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully that shed some insight on how to deal with this. If you have any questions, let me know. All right, thanks.